Let any thoughts drift away. Disconnect from them. One last deep inhalation. Deep exhalation. Bring your palms together at your heart center. Lowering your head. Opening your eyes. Good morning all. Let's get moving. Come directly to the front of your mat. Have your block nearby. We're going to do a variation of our sun salutes. So listen out. Standing in mountain for a moment. Inhale. Urdhva Hastasana, hands up, look up at your thumbs. Feel that little back bend, lift through the chest. Exhale, floating forward. Feel the backs of the thighs. You can just hang here a little, you can bend the knees if you need, you can rock a little side to side. And nod and shake your head. Just releasing through the vertebrae. Inhale to halfway lift. Nice stretch through the spine. Lift the chest. Look forward, tip the tailbone up. And then we're going to lunge back. So fingertips, up on your fingertips either side of your feet. Take the right foot back. To a runner's lunge, extend through the back heel, reach the chest forward. Just the gaze is down. Then drop the back knee way behind the hip. Keep the back foot tucked under. Going to come up into a cactus lunge. So elbows at shoulder height. Lift the hands up. Cactus. And then as you lift the chest, look up, sink the hips, lean back. You can look forward if the neck is too tight, but if you can, you're looking back, arcing through the upper back. Sinking the hips, drawing the tailbone downwards. And then exhale. And bring your fingertips down. You can actually have your block on the inside of your thigh if you need to. We're going to sit back towards the heel. So we're going to stretch, sit back on the heel. So you feel that stretch through the plantar fascia, the sole of the foot. Dig the left heel in. So the left foot is straight. And you can be up on the block, tilt your tailbone up, reach the chest forward, or you can reach for that foot, stretch through the back of the calf, the hamstring. And if it's too intense, bent like this on the right knee, you can tip that knee back a little and do more traditional. This is Hanuman, half split. So have the hip above the knee. Find what feels good for you, but we're stretching up through the back of the straight leg. Okay, then hands down, lifting up the back knees. Now you can step back, roll into plank. Pause here, squeeze the shins and the thighs to the midline. Press up through your palms, so you feel that rounding out between your shoulder blades. You're going to roll your heels to the right, and then roll over to the left. That's oblique plank. So we're rolling. I'm going to roll to one side. Try to keep your arms even, pressing up through the palms, straight arms, and then rolling the heels over to the opposite side. Keep rolling. It's really good for the obliques. If you need to, you can put the the knees down and you just roll the hips up and down. If you can, you're going to go again. You're rolling onto the sides of the feet, but pushing up through the arms. Once more, come back to neutral. Drop your knees if you need to, otherwise we're going to come to chaturanga, lower to cobra or come to up dog. Inhale, feel the back bend. Draw the shoulder blades down your back. Press the pubic bone in the feet into the mat. Lowering down, inhale, lift your hips. Take 3 breaths in down dog. Place your hands well. Stretch from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Steady the breath. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Roll forward into plank, knee to nose. Place the right foot between your hands. Runner's lunge for a moment, and then you're going to step the left foot forward. Forward fold. Inhale. Coming to halfway lift. Extend. Lift up through the thighs. Fold forward. And then inhaling, squeeze the thighs towards the midline. Squeeze the core, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center, other side. Inhale, arms up, palms together, look up. Feel that lift through the chest, slide the shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fingertips on the outside of your feet. Take the left foot back for a runner's lunge. So runner's lunge means you push up through the fingertips, straight arms, reach the chest forward. Strong through the back thighs if you're going to launch forward. And then lower the back knee behind the hips, keep the toes tucked under. Coming up into our cactus low lunge. So cactus the arms. As you lift the chest, sink the hips, but feel that real stretch through the core, and you're trying to knit those ribs together, so we're not just squeezing the shoulder blades together and letting the ribs pop out. There's a connection between the core, the rib cage. Draw the tailbone down. And then exhale. We're going to take your version of either of the hamstring and leg stretch. So you're either going to keep those toes tucked under, sit back towards the heel, straighten the front foot so the toes are pointing up, or that's too intense for the back knee, you can bring the right foot forward, keep the hips above the knee. You might want to come up on the block a little here, but you want to draw the right thigh bone back. You're trying to level the hips. And feel that stretch. You can reach for the foot if that feels good. Stretch through the calf as much as the hamstring. And then rolling forward, palms down, step back, roll into plank. We're now going to do our oblique rolling plank. So roll the heels up and over to the sides of the feet. Press up through your shoulders, your palms to stretch. Keep the shoulders stretching. Keep the core nice and tight. Roll to the other side. So the hips go up and then they sink down. Squeeze your core, squeeze the thighs towards each other. Keep rolling. Be aware of the shoulders. You can drop your knees if you need to. The last side. Come back to plank. Drop your knees if you need to, hug the elbows in, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Feel that back bend, draw the elbows towards your waist. Lowering down, tuck the toes under, lifting up into down dog. Take 3 breaths here. So really spreading the fingers, pressing the index and the thumb down into the mat. Feel that length in your spine, drawing the armpits towards the mat. Inhale, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. You're going to lift the left leg forward. Come up on your fingertips. Feel that runner's lunge. And then lift the right leg, right foot next to the left. Fold briefly here. Inhale to halfway lift. I know, Raffles. It's a tough life. And then exhale, fold. Squeeze your core. Shins and thighs to the midline. Inhale, rising up. Palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. You're going to step back into pyramid, Parsvottanasana. So that's just taking a short stride behind you. Have the feet hip distance apart. You can have your block on the inside of the front foot. So now hands to hips. You're going to draw the right thigh bone. So you could put your hand to the top of that thigh. So you want to draw it back so the hips are level to the front of the mat. And as you lift up through the kneecaps, lift up through your core, pelvic floor, chest lifts, relax your shoulders, you're going to start to lean forward. But tailbone goes back, reaching, you're still long from the crown to the tailbone. It might be enough just to come part way. Lovely stretch for the IT band, the outer part of the thigh and the back of the leg. If you want to come further, you can fold towards the block. But as the further down you come, the more you're going to have to pay attention to drawing that right hip back, letting the left hip roll forward. And if you wanted to, you can fold towards that leg to intensify. Okay, then inhale, hands to hips, squeeze the shins, the thighs towards each other, come up, step the left foot forward, take the right foot back. So we're not too far back here, we just want a couple of feet, maybe 2.5 feet between each foot, feet hip distance apart. Again, draw the hips to the front, lift the chest, squeeze the core, start to reach forward. And then find where you want to go with that, but keep drawing the hips level to the front. Press the big toes down. You're folding forward, you relax the head, but keep sucking the belly in, drawing the navel up and in, up under the rib cage. And then extend the chest forward, hands to hips, coming up, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, take the left foot out wide this time. So we're going to come into triangle, Trikonasana. So taking a wide stance, the back of the back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. The front foot heel is in line with the instep of the back foot. Drawing up, so you want to feel as if you're drawing the heels and both feet towards each other. So you'll feel the thighs start to lift, the pelvic floor is lifting, hands to hips, and then take your arms wide, draw the left hip back. Feel that lovely stretch on the inside of the right thigh. but keep the chest lifting, shoulders sliding down your back, look over the front hand, reach as far as you can, draw up through the thighs, reach, and then you're going to drop the bottom hand down. If it helps to press that hand into something, you can have your block. But what we want to now happen is to keep length, so you want to reach the chest forward. You'll feel you need to pull up more through the right thigh, and we want to open through the left shoulder. So rather than just flinging that arm back, it's revolving through the rib cage. So extend forward, start to roll the right side of the ribs across the thigh. So your arm is less at a weird angle. You're revolving. Look up at the top hand if that feels good. Otherwise, just gaze forward. You can use this pressure through the block if you're there. Reach out through both fingertips. And then inhale. If you're using the block, you can bring it with you. Coming up, arms go wide, turn the feet parallel. Turn the left foot out. And place your block if that's what you're using. And feel length through the fingertips, so there's broadening across the chest. Draw the shoulder blades down your back. Look over your left hand. Lift up through the thighs. Feel as if you're drawing the feet towards each other. Feel that activate the pelvic floor. Take the right hip back. Reach, reach, reach. This is so nice. If you've been running, so good to feel the inside of the thigh. You can use your block if you need to, or reaching the back of the hand against the thigh, rolling the left side of the ribs open. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Reach out through those fingertips. Look up. Inhale. Reaching up, arms go wide. Turn the feet parallel, so both toes are pointing slightly inwards. Big toes are pointing slightly inwards. Again, you can have your block in front of you if you need it. Turn this way so you can see. So we're now going to hands to hips. We want to tilt the front of the pelvis forward as if this is a wide leg forward fold. So it's exactly like a Uttanasana forward fold. So tailbone goes up. So you're trying not to just take the bottom back. Trying to tilt the front of the pelvis forward. Reach your fingertips down in front of you. So your hands fall under your shoulders. Gaze is down. Press up through the fingertips. Squeeze your core. Tip your tailbone up. Hug your elbows towards each other, so forearms squeezing towards each other. You can start to walk the hands in. You can stay up on a block if that feels better. But we're trying to keep the lift in the tailbone, so tipping the tailbone up and start to walk your hands in, start to curl in. So squeezing your rib cage towards your pelvic bone, but lifting the tailbone, the navel towards the spine. Squeeze it in. Squeeze the elbows towards each other. Try to roll towards the balls of your feet. Lift up through the thighs. It doesn't matter how far you get in, it's the activation of the thigh muscles. This is a good stretch for the inside of the knees. You can place your part, if you're more bendy, your palms can come down to the mat between your feet, fingertips pointing forward. Hug the elbows towards each other so the elbows bend back between your knees. Inhale, walk your hands forward, then walk out. Turn around so you can see me. So now walk your fingertips towards the left foot. If you can hold on to the left ankle, so you're still driving the right flat of the right foot into the mat. But see if you can almost roll that right shoulder down. holding on to the left ankle or shin. And then come back to center, walk to the other side, hold on to the right shin, hug it in, bring the weight towards the balls of the feet, roll the left shoulder under slightly. Inhale, lift the chest, walk the hands back to center. And bend your knees slightly, micro bend, squeeze the thighs towards each other, coming up slowly, and then heel toe, your feet together. Give them a shake, stretch out the legs nicely today. You're coming, last moment, to sit, and then lie back. Supine Baddha Konasana, supine butterfly. Press the soles of the feet towards each other. Lying back, bring your hands to the tops of your thighs. Allow the lower back to settle towards the mat. And then draw the knees together, roll to one side, come to sit. Close your eyes. Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely. Bring your palms together at your heart center. Lowering your head and opening your eyes. Namaste, friends.